Welcome back to Analytical Strategy. Today we are talking about key castaways who have altered the casting process with Survivor over the years. There have been a range of great archetypes of characters created on the show, and we're going to briefly discuss 3 player types and how they really changed the game and changed how CBS have selected contestants since the commencement of Survivor. Now, some Survivor archetypes have been present since the beginning of the show airing, such as the dominant physical players. As Survivor is such a tolling game on your body and the physical nature of the game, it made sense for the casting process to include these types of players in nearly every season. Similarly with the physically attractive players. Again, as Survivor is a TV program, to draw in an audience to watch the program, the inclusion of naturally good-looking players was inevitable from the first episode being aired. But putting aside these players, we're going to look at 3 types who have really brought a new light to the game, and therefore potentially affected how the show has been cast since their initial appearance. So just a really quick reminder to please hit subscribe if you are enjoying these types of videos, and to please put a comment of any unique topics you would like me to discuss on this channel. At Analytical Strategy, we try to put a distinctive spin on all things Survivor, and it's with your help and your engagement that we can really grow this channel together. Thanks for all the viewers so far, and without further ado, let's get into these 3 players that changed the Survivor casting process forever. So firstly, we're going to be talking about Rob Cesternino and the superfan archetype. So Rob is now obviously a huge part of the Survivor community through his amazing podcast and the integration he had into the Survivor community when he originally played the game. He firstly appeared all the way back in Season 6, Survivor Amazon, where at the time he was considered by Jeff to be the best and smartest player to never win the game. Rob was really the first of the huge superfans of the game to get the shot on Survivor, and it really showed by his ability to manipulate social relationships and to create key strategic moves to further himself in the game. Not only did he run the game, he also acted as a teacher for those who weren't as savvy in the game as himself, such as his great relationship with Matthew. Rob then later appeared in Survivor All-Stars, where he was an immediate target for how strategic of a player he was, and he was eliminated in the early stages of the game. Rob changed the casting process from future seasons by really being the first superfan to have a huge impact on the show. He showed CBS how beneficial it is to have these strategic forces who know the game inside and out present within the game, and he really paved the way for many great players such as Cochran, Fishback, Spencer, Aubrey, Todd, Adam, Hannah, many more to be included in future seasons. He is a key reason in the commencement of superfans being involved in the game today, and they are a crucial component in the game of Survivor in the modern era. So up next, we're going to be talking about the villain archetype on the show, and that was really paved by Johnny Fairplay. So Johnny was really the first contestant on the show to truly fit into the villain archetype, so to speak, on Survivor. Johnny really paved the way for anything goes in Survivor, and you should do anything that you can to further your position in the game. If you ask casual Survivor watchers, or even people who have never seen the show, to name one key moment in Survivor history, the lie about Fairplay's dead grandmother would absolutely be one of, if not the most famous scene in the history of the game. This is a specific move which will never be able to be recreated again, but it's this type of gameplay that is now really common in modern Survivor, with contestants constantly swearing on the lives of their family members to progress further in the game. Johnny really paved the way for this type of strategy to happen and impacted the casting process via villains being a necessary to have on the show to enhance the viewer engagement, and really for viewers to have that player that they love to watch but they love to hate them. He really set the tone for some of the most well-known players we've seen to date, such as Russell Hantz or even a Tony Vlachos, both players who would do anything it takes to get to the end of the game and win. He's absolutely an icon in Survivor history, and he paved the way for many great contestants to be cast on the show for current and future seasons. So the last contestant we're going to be discussing is none other than Coach Benjamin Wade and the unique character archetype. So Coach is without question one of the most unique and polarizing characters to ever appear on the show throughout the past 20 years. He is truly the essence of a unique character, describing himself as the Dragon Slayer, and he had a range of different hobbies and occupations throughout his life. He had this warrior-like mentality, which is internally extremely loyal, but is also capable of telling many lies and being dishonorable amongst the other players in the game. Coach is a key cog and contestant in Survivor history, there is no doubt about that, and I really think he created this unique, quirky character portfolio within the Survivor casting process. He wasn't just your everyday person who was playing the game, he was a character, and one that viewers loved to watch due to his range of eccentric characteristics. He really set the tone for the casting team to include characters rather than players in future seasons, and without Coach, I really don't think we would have seen a Debbie, who has worked every single job under the sun, or former Special Agent Philip Shepard, the pink brief wearing leader of Stealth R Us. Coach is really one of the most recognisable players to ever play the game, and the casting team would always be looking out for the next Coach type character due to how successful he was in his original season. I personally really enjoy the dynamic nature of the contestants over the years, and how the game is not only changing from a strategic perspective, but also from a casting perspective. What other types of Survivor archetypes do you think have altered the casting process? Please let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe for more content coming very soon. This is Analytical Strategy, signing out once again, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.